Every summer now for a couple of years, Microsoft have been doing their Summer of Arcade campaign on Xbox Live. And this year we've seen a couple of really solid titles such as Bastion and From Dust from Ubisoft. And now it's time for the insanely twisted Shadow Planet,
yes,
which Rasmus has been playing. I haven't even touched the game. But the first thing that kind of jumps out of you when you look at it is, of course, the graphical style.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it.
It's a very sort of weird, abstract, silhouette-based type graphics.
Limbo style?
Not really. Limbo is also uses silhouettes, but Limbo has this sort of real type world, like recognizable shapes and
giant spiders
and swing sets and signs and stuff like that. Whereas Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet is a lot more abstract, weird, tentacle, sort of non-shapes that aren't really anything you recognize type stuff. It's also a lot more colorful, even though the primary color is black. Both in the sort of type of plant life you meet and the backgrounds that have the sort of color theme for whatever zone you're in, stuff like that. So they're the same in the regard that they both use silhouettes, but other than that, they're actually really different.
Okay. So well, that brings us to gameplay.
Yeah.
I've heard you describe it as a Metroidvania game.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a Metroidvania.
Yeah, usually Metroidvania games are platform games. Yeah. This isn't a platform game because you fly a UFO. But other than that, the basic concepts are the same. The idea that you start out with a really limited set of abilities, and then they're expanded, as you progress through the game, and as you get new abilities, you unlock old areas that you couldn't access before, and you find new secrets and do new stuff with the abilities you already had and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's puzzles.
It's the puzzles are actually really good.
In what way?
In the way that take you a while to figure out. And then once you figure them out, it's like, oh, no, of course. Or like, oh, that's clever. It's that type of thing where, an ability you've had for ages is you can suddenly use that and interact with the environment in a way that you couldn't before. And just getting to that point where you figure that out is different. Also, it really keeps surprising you all through the game. Like, the same type of puzzle mechanics are only used in like one section, and then you move on to the new section. You might still use the same ability to interact and solve the puzzle, but you have to use it in a new sort of way.
Okay. Can you give an example?
Yeah, like in the underwater zones, there's an area where you have, first of all, you have to plug these pipes that suck the water up because you need the water levels to rise to activate some switch somewhere. To do that, you have to pick up these sort of exploding rocks that only explode if they're outside of water, so you have to fly them short distances and then drop them back in the water. And then later on, after you plug these pipes and you can move on, later on you have to go back and unplug these pipes so the water will now drain into the new room you're in and activate another switch there. And just figuring that out took me a while. Not so long that it was embarrassing, but a while. Long enough that it was fun.
A little bit embarrassing.
Whatever. So yeah, the Metroidvania style of the game, aspect of the game, works really, really well. It's like, and also it reminds me a lot of the really old school Super Metroid 2D games.
Okay.
In the way that you feel like there's this mood or feeling of really being stuck in a sort of strange, unknown world that you're exploring and sort of figuring out. And the old Metroid games had that same type of feel to it. Yeah. So, as a Metroidvania game, it's really well done.
Okay. It sounds like it's another solid.
It is. It's totally another solid. Yeah, Summer of Arcade has been really good this year. And definitely, I think it's 1,200 points. And for the length, I think I spent about 8 hours on it, and I'm not completely done. There's still areas I haven't gone to because I was sort of pushing through really fast. So content-wise and versus the price, it's a really good deal.
All right. So spend your time in the shadows instead of the sun during
Totally.
summer,
Yeah.
if we can call this sun.
Yeah.
Really.
But we have to do a shadow bun. So.
Yeah.